You're watching NBC5 News at 5.
Apple versus the government, and your iPhone could be caught in the middle, the fight over phone privacy.
Thank you, Chris. Well, we learned today that Apple is fighting the FBI over an iPhone. Meredith has moved over to the big board to explain. Meredith?
Yeah, Chris, the FBI really wants Apple to invent new software to bypass a key security feature, the one that erases all data after you put in the incorrect password too many times. The technology would be used to help the FBI crack into an iPhone used by one of the shooters in the deadly San Bernardino attack. Agents want to know if there are any clues to the plot on his phone or leads to ISIS. But Apple's CEO says once the technique is created, it could be used over and over again on any number of devices. NBC5's Jeff Smith is live with what customers are saying about this debate. Jeff?
Well, Meredith, customers tell me they really can see both sides of this issue. Customers mostly tell me they agree today with Apple's decision to fight this federal order, but at the same time they say if Apple does ultimately give in and decide to help with this federal investigation, hacking into a phone, they'd still come back and buy Apple products. Henry Curry is a Dallas County deputy constable. He also needs his iPhone fixed. He's torn over the federal judge's ruling.
What people are keeping on those phones that could help solve crime is just personal information, personal chatting, personal communicating with just friends and associates. So if they had access to that, that could be used to solve a whole lot of crimes. But again, you're on that privacy issue, so you're right there on that fence.
It pretty much just could destroy privacy rights for American citizens.
Criminal defense attorney Nicole Knox says it's vital to keep the fence intact. She says a federal order to have Apple rewrite an operating system is over the line.
Pandora's box is a great way to phrase it. It's a slippery slope.
Former federal prosecutor John Helms says it's much to do about nothing.
It's very common for a judge to give a search warrant that allows people to go into your house, that allows people to open up safes and things like that that are inside your house.
For many, it's a conflict of law and ethics, and many Apple customers today are still unsure what side of that fence they lean on.
I mean, I'm all for finding the terrorists, but then again, sense of privacy comes in and you kind of have this internal debate. I don't really know which way to go.
Now, there's one thing that most attorneys agree on, and that is that the technology here is decades ahead of the law. So when it comes to cell phone rights, privacy, and encryption protection on your personal devices, they say this is an issue that the United States Supreme Court will likely tackle in the next year or two. We're live in Dallas. Jeff Smith, NBC5.
All right, Jeff, and this is the topic of our flash survey today. Do you think Apple should help the FBI hack into encrypted iPhones? A lot of you put your privacy first today. 37% of you say yes, you do think Apple should help the FBI, but an overwhelming 63% of you so far say no, you don't. We want to hear from you. Vote on our NBC DFW Twitter or Facebook pages or on the news page of NBCDFW.com.